Hello, everyone. I'm Sasha Odom. Today, I'll be talking about an important part of Arizona's Constitution, the initiative and referendum process. These tools give citizens the power to shape laws and hold lawmakers accountable. I'll explain what initiatives and referendums are, how they work, compare them, discuss their pros and cons, and show how they support direct democracy in Arizona. An initiative is often called the people's process. It allows citizens to propose new laws or constitutional amendments through a petition process. This process gives voters the power to make their own laws or to approve or reject measures drafted by fellow citizens without relying on the legislator. In this way, people in Arizona can make changes to the consumption or laws on their own. A referendum is a process in which the legislature proposes a law or constitutional amendment and the people vote to approve or reject it. In Arizona, this is the most common method for altering the state constitution. A referendum gives citizens the final say on changes drafted by the legislature because voter approval is required. It also allows the people to react to laws that have already passed that they may not agree with while making important political and social decisions. In Arizona, initiatives happen in two main steps, the petition stage and the ballot stage. Any registered voter can start one by drafting a proposal using forms from the Secretary of State. They also need to create a political committee through the Beacon system, get a serial number, and use official petition forms. The proposal can be typed or handwritten in legal language or plain words, but it must focus on just one topic. One important thing to notice is that the government won't edit it. After that, the initiative is circulated for signatures. Constitutional initiatives need support from 15% of voters, while statutory initiatives require 10%. Petitions can start circulating right after a general election, but must be submitted at least 4 months before the next one. Because the number of signatures needed is high, many groups use paid circulators who must be registered with the Secretary of State. Signatures don't have to come from specific regions. Once enough signatures are collected, the initiatives go on the ballot. On election day, voters simply say yes or no. If most votes yes, the proposal becomes law. Constitutional initiatives change the state constitution, while statutory initiatives create, change, or repeal everyday laws. A referendum lets voters approve or reject laws passed by the legislature and is the most common way to amend Arizona's constitution. Unlike initiatives, which state with citizens proposing new laws, referendums usually begin with the legislator. If voters disagree with a law passed by both the Arizona House and Senate, sponsors can start a referendum by filing for a serial number with the Secretary of State and setting up or using an existing committee. The Secretary of State provides official petition forms with the law's title and text. Supporters then have 90 days after the legislature adjourns to collect signatures. 5% of voters are required. Once the signatures are verified, the referendums move to the ballot as a numbered proposition for voters to approve or reject with a simple yes or no. In Arizona, initiatives and referendums are powerful tools of direct democracy. They give citizens a voice in government decisions. Both let voters influence laws or constitutional changes and require a petition by collecting signatures. The Secretary of State and county officials verify signatures. If the required number is met, the proposal qualifies for a ballot. Once on the ballot, each proposal appears as a simple yes or no question, and no matter the outcome, the governor cannot veto the voter's decision. This keeps the proposal fair. The two differ in how they start and what they do. Initiatives begin with citizens who want to create or change laws or amend the Constitution. Referendums usually start with the legislator, but sometimes citizens can challenge existing laws. The number of signatures and the timing are also different. Initiatives require 10 to 15% of voters, whereas referendums need 5% of voters. Initiatives can be proposed anytime after a general election, whereas a referendum has 90 days from the legislative adjournment. Citizens are in control of initiatives from the beginning, but referendums are initially controlled by the legislator, with citizens only stepping in to challenge laws. In conclusion, initiatives let citizens propose new laws, and referendums let them approve or reject laws already passed. Together, they ensure the citizens of Arizona have the power to shape the rules and regulations that govern their lives. In Arizona, initiative and referendums are powerful tools of direct democracy, giving citizens a voice in shaping laws and policies. Initiatives let voters propose new laws or constitutional changes and can push legislators to act on issues that might otherwise be ignored. They also help reduce the influence of money and special interests by allowing political groups to bring concerns directly to the public and educate voters. Referendums let citizens approve or reject laws already passed, with no veto from the governor, putting decision-making powers in voters' hands. Both processes encourage civic engagement and hold the legislator accountable. However, they have challenges. Ballots can be complex, misleading campaigns can sway voters, and outside influence from wealthy individuals or non-residents can impact results. The all or nothing nature of these votes can also oversimplify complicated issues. Initiatives and referendums put direct democracy into action in Arizona, giving citizens, not just elected officials, the power to shape laws. Article 4, Part 1 of the state constitution reserves these powers to the people, allowing them to propose new laws or constitutional changes and approve or reject laws passed by the legislature. Rooted in the progressive era, these tools reduce political influence and increase citizen control, almost acting like a fourth branch of government. They strengthen engagement, ensure the government reflects voters' voices, and let citizens be active participants in lawmaking. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and attention. I hope this gives you a clearer image of how initiatives and referendums put power in the hands of the people and how each individual can play a role in shaping the government.